Most people misunderstand manifestation. They try to attract things with positive thoughts or endless visualizations. But real manifestation doesn't come from the mind alone. It begins when your energy, intention, and presence align. In this video, you'll learn 5 of the most powerful manifestation techniques based on Ryuu Shinohara's The Magic of Manifesting. These methods are precise, practical, and deeply rooted in how reality actually works. They don't rely on hope. They rely on clarity, emotion, and alignment with natural laws. If you've tried manifesting and nothing seemed to shift, this will explain why and show you exactly how to change it. These 5 techniques aren't random ideas. They are a complete system. And if you apply them, your life will reflect it. Manifestation only works when you're in the present. Not because it sounds spiritual, but because it's the only place your power actually exists. Most people live in mental time, rehearsing the past or anticipating the future. But the moment you split your awareness, you lose energy. You disconnect from the field that responds to you now. This is where most manifestation fails. You visualize, affirm, or journal, but you're doing it from a state of inner tension. You're hoping something changes later. That creates separation. It tells reality, what I want isn't here, and the universe listens. The real shift begins when you stop chasing outcomes and start embodying the frequency of having. That can only happen in the present. When your attention is fully here, your energy stabilizes. Your thoughts carry more charge. Your emotions begin to align. From that state, reality starts reshaping around you. Presence isn't passive. It's not waiting for something to happen. It's a full sensory awareness of what's happening now without resistance. It means feeling your body, hearing the sounds around you, becoming aware of your breath. And from that state of grounded clarity, you direct your energy where you choose. Ryuu Shinohara calls this the collapse of psychological time. The ego survives by keeping you in regret or anticipation. But when you stop feeding that loop, space opens. Your natural state returns, and from that space, you become magnetic. Here's the technique. Start your day with 5 minutes of stillness. No goal, no fixing, just presence. Feel your body. Listen to what's here. Watch your mind without getting pulled in. Do this consistently, and you'll start noticing what most people miss: subtle nudges, intuitive clarity, and small shifts in how life responds to you. As you become more present, your energy begins to stabilize. You stop leaking attention, and the field around you, which mirrors your dominant state, starts reshaping in kind. Presence also enhances timing. You take action with more precision. You speak at the right moment. You meet people by synchronicity, not force. This is not luck, it's alignment. And it begins the moment you return to now. You don't need to figure out the whole path. You just need to bring your full energy into this moment and take the next step with clarity. That's how momentum builds. Not from pressure, but from presence. So stop trying to control the future. You don't manifest by forcing outcomes. You manifest by becoming the version of you who no longer doubts them. And that version only exists here. Thoughts are powerful. Emotions are magnetic. But when they move in different directions, nothing happens. That's why most people don't manifest what they want. Their mind says yes, but their heart says no. The signal is mixed, and the universe responds to the dominant frequency, not the scattered one. Manifestation works when your thoughts and emotions become one. That happens through heart-mind alignment. Not just thinking positively, but feeling congruent. You're no longer forcing a vision, you're embodying it. You believe it, feel it, and trust it, without inner conflict. Science has shown that the heart generates an electromagnetic field far stronger than the brain. It sends more information upward than it receives. When your heart and mind are synchronized, your nervous system calms, your intuition sharpens, and your field becomes coherent, meaning your frequency becomes clear, stable, and attractive. So how do you align the two? First, you have to get quiet enough to hear your heart. It doesn't speak in logic. It speaks in sensation, in intuition, in subtle feelings that guide without needing proof. When something feels light, grounded, and peaceful, that's alignment. When it feels forced, anxious, or tight, that's resistance. To practice, choose a goal you care about, something that excites you, but also feels meaningful. Sit still, close your eyes. Say the goal out loud or in your mind. Then, listen, not to your thoughts, but to your body. Do you feel expansion or contraction? Warmth or doubt? Trust what your body tells you. Your heart always knows when you're lying to yourself. If you feel misaligned, don't fight it. Get curious. What belief is blocking the feeling? What fear is in the way? Often, just noticing it with honesty softens the tension. Alignment isn't about pretending to feel good. It's about uncovering what's true and moving with it. The next step is coherence. Coherence means your inner state becomes stable, like a steady signal. A powerful way to create this is through breath. Place your hand on your chest. Breathe slowly into your heart space. Inhale for 4 counts. Exhale for 6. As you breathe, bring to mind a moment of real gratitude or love. Not just an idea, a feeling. Let that feeling rise in your chest. Stay with it. This simple practice rewires your nervous system. It tunes your field. And over time, it teaches your body what alignment actually feels like. Once you know the feeling, you can return to it anytime. Now, bring your vision back. While holding the feeling of gratitude or love, see your goal again. Imagine it clearly, but now let it feel real. Let your heart guide the scene, not just your mind. You're not forcing belief. You're tuning to a frequency that already exists and choosing to join it. When your heart and mind agree, energy flows. There's no hesitation, no split signal, just clarity. That's when opportunities show up faster, synchronicities increase, and actions feel natural, not strained. The goal isn't just to think better thoughts. It's to feel the future as if it's already true, and let that feeling inform your choices. You'll speak differently, move differently, attract differently, not because you tried harder, but because your signal became clean. Your mind is the architect. Your heart is the engine. When they move as one, reality bends. Most people try to manifest by controlling outcomes. They visualize, plan, and obsess, then wonder why nothing moves. But control doesn't create flow. It blocks it. The universe doesn't respond to tension. It responds to clarity, trust, and movement. Detachment is not giving up. It's giving space. When you're attached to results, you send a signal of lack, a vibration of not yet. You may say you believe, but your energy says you're still waiting. That gap is what delays everything. Flow begins when you release the grip. When you stop trying to make things happen and start letting them happen through you. This isn't passive. It's deeply active, but without friction. You're not pushing. You're aligning. Here's the paradox. The more desperate you are for a specific result, the harder it becomes to receive. That's because desperation lowers your state. It creates resistance. But when you relax, your frequency rises, and what you once chased begins to move toward you. Detachment means this. You know what you want, you align with it, then you let go of when, how, and through whom it comes. You trust the field. You stop measuring progress by appearances. Instead, you tune in to how you feel. Peace, clarity, and joy are signs that the flow is active, even if nothing visible has changed yet. To practice detachment, start by identifying what you're clinging to. It might be a person, an outcome, or a timeline. Ask yourself, what am I afraid will happen if this doesn't go my way? Beneath every attachment is a fear. And beneath that fear is the belief that you're not supported. The shift happens when you realize you're not manifesting alone. The universe is intelligent. Your role is to stay in alignment. Take the next step with presence and let the larger forces arrange the details. One of the fastest ways to return to flow is through action. Not forced action, aligned action. This means doing what feels true without overthinking. You're not acting to get something. You're acting because it feels like the natural next step. This is how energy moves. You take a step, life responds. You stay open, the next door appears. Detachment also means staying light. When things feel heavy, pause. Reconnect with your breath. Reconnect with trust. Let yourself remember, the universe doesn't operate on pressure. It moves through resonance. Flow is a state where your actions feel effortless, your mind feels clear, and your timing feels perfect. This state isn't rare, it's natural, but it requires you to stop interfering, to stop managing every detail, to stop needing proof before you allow peace. The truth is, your manifestation isn't on hold. You are, and the moment you release the tension, the current starts moving again. So decide clearly, act gently, let go completely. When you stop grasping, you create space for what you've asked for to arrive, often in ways better than you imagined. You cannot receive what you're unwilling to allow. That's the core truth of receptivity. Most people block their manifestations not because they aren't working hard, but because they haven't learned how to truly open. Receptivity is not passive. It's the art of becoming available. It's the ability to receive without guilt, without fear, and without shrinking your worth. Manifestation isn't just about energy output. It's also about capacity. If your system can't hold what you ask for, it won't stay, or it won't come at all. To receive more, you don't need to push more. You need to expand. You need to release the inner limits that filter what you believe you're allowed to have. These filters come from old patterns. Experiences that taught you love must be earned. Support comes with a cost, or joy isn't safe. Until you rewrite those patterns, your energy sends mixed signals. I want this followed by, but I'm not sure I deserve it. Here's where unconditional love changes everything. Unconditional love is the frequency of full openness. It's the energy that says, I allow myself to receive simply because I exist. You're not earning it, you're aligning with it. You're saying yes to what already wants to reach you, without judgment, negotiation, or delay. To practice, start with presence. Sit quietly and bring awareness to your body. Notice if there's any tightness when you imagine receiving more love, more money, more support. Breathe into that space. Then speak this silently or aloud. I allow. I receive. I am safe to expand. You're not asking for permission from the outside world. You're giving it from within. The second step is giving. What you offer from a genuine place, even in small ways, sends a signal that you trust abundance. Give attention without expecting it back. Give encouragement. Give kindness. When you give without attachment, you open space to receive without resistance. This isn't about overgiving or pleasing others. It's about embodying the truth that energy flows in cycles. When you circulate love freely, it returns stronger, not always from where you sent it, but always from where you need it. And finally, expand your awareness. Most people only notice what's missing, but receptivity means tuning in to what's already arriving. The unexpected compliment, the timing that worked out, the idea that felt like a whisper. These are all signs your field is opening. The more you acknowledge them, the more they multiply. Receptivity also includes asking for help, not from weakness, but from clarity. The universe often delivers through people. through conversations, opportunities, and synchronicities that appear when you stop trying to do everything alone. Unconditional love is not a feeling, it's a stance. It's choosing to remain open even when the mind doubts. It's letting go of conditions that block flow. And it's remembering that you don't receive because you're perfect. You receive because you're connected. You're not here to earn what's already yours. You're here to become receptive to it. That means softening, not collapsing. Opening, not chasing. Trusting, not proving. When you fully allow love to flow through you, without rules, shame, or withholding, the universe mirrors that same generosity back. And what once felt distant begins to feel inevitable. Your mind doesn't know the difference between a real experience and a vividly imagined one. That's the hidden power of visualization. When you see a future scene clearly and feel it fully, your nervous system responds as if it's happening now. This changes your emotional baseline. And your baseline is what reality mirrors. Most people visualize with only their thoughts. They imagine outcomes like a movie playing on a screen. But thought alone doesn't create resonance. What activates manifestation is emotion. The feeling state you hold while you visualize is the real signal. That's what the universe reads. So the goal is not to see a perfect image. It's to feel it as if it were real. That's what makes the difference between fantasy and frequency. Here's how to do it properly. Start by choosing one specific scene that represents your goal already achieved. Don't try to visualize the entire journey. Focus on the moment that proves it worked. You're holding the contract. You're hugging the person. You're standing in the space that once felt out of reach. Make it real, but keep it simple. Now slow everything down. Use all 5 senses. What do you see, hear, smell, or feel around you? What textures, colors, or sounds are present? Stay in the scene long enough for it to become tangible. Then, shift from watching the scene to being inside it. Don't see yourself, become yourself. Look through your own eyes. Move your hands. Hear the words being said to you. Let your body believe it's happening. Now bring in emotion. Ask if this were real right now, how would I feel? Confident? Relieved? Grateful? Let that emotion rise in your body, not forced, but invited. If it's hard to feel, return to a past memory that brought the same emotion and blend it into your scene. This step matters most. The emotion is what encodes the image into your subconscious. It tells your nervous system, this is safe, this is familiar, this is mine. Over time, your brain starts treating the outcome as normal. And what feels normal becomes easier to act on and easier to receive. Visualization works best when done regularly, but not rigidly. A few focused minutes a day are more effective than long, distracted sessions. You're not trying to force something into being. You're rehearsing the version of you who already lives it. This practice builds what psychologists call self-efficacy, the belief that you can succeed. And that belief silently shapes your choices, your body language, your energy. It's not magic. It's neuroplasticity. Your brain is learning the future before it happens and adjusting your identity to match. Visualization is not about control. It's about alignment. You don't need to predict every step. You just need to become emotionally fluent in the version of life you want, so that when it shows up, you recognize it. And more importantly, you're able to hold it. Combine your images with elevated emotion. Stay consistent without becoming rigid. And don't visualize to escape the present. Do it to empower it. When you pair imagination with embodiment, you stop wishing and start remembering. You feel the future is now. And when your inner world changes that deeply, your outer world responds. Manifestation isn't about forcing reality to obey your will. It's about shifting into alignment with what already exists and allowing it to unfold through you. You've now seen 5 core techniques that work not as isolated tricks, but as a system. Presence gives you access. Alignment gives you clarity. Detachment creates flow. Receptivity expands your capacity. And visualization locks in the signal. Together, they form a foundation. You don't need to master them all at once. Start with the one that speaks to you now. Let it become a daily practice, not just a concept. Reality doesn't change because you wish for it. It changes because you become someone who no longer doubts it will. Your energy already speaks louder than your words. So choose what it says and let the field respond. Not someday, but now. If something in this video clicked with you, let us know in the comments. And subscribe to Codex of Amenti for more transmissions like this one.